The NFL has been an absolute embarrassment this year. It's horrible. I searched up on Google, when is Roger? That's it, when is Roger? And the first suggestion is, when is Roger Goodell's contract up? So let's look into that. Roger Goodell, his contract is up in March of 2027. The NFL desperately needs to move on from Roger Goodell because he's just a horrible commissioner. He is not good for the league. The league is embarrassing. I mean, where do I start off? Let's start with the lack of offense this year with the quarterback issues. Well, first, we're running into a quarterback talent issue because a lot of these teams do not know how to evaluate quarterbacks anymore, it seems like. It's like we're all looking for running backs that could throw the ball to put at quarterback. It's just bad. Like, to have Jalen Hurts and his shitty numbers be in the MVP conversation as recently as, week 13 is embarrassing. Jalen Hurts, if you were to put him in the era where it was Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, who else? Phillip Rivers. You could just name it. In that era, you could add in Tony Romo, right? Tony Romo, if you were to take him out of that era and put him in this era, he'd be looked at as an MVP guy. But Tony Romo in his era, he was never looked at that way. He was an above-average quarterback that, was just a solid franchise quarterback, a great franchise quarterback. But he would be elite in this generation. So we have a massive quarterback problem. Now, I get there's a lot of quarterback injuries this year. There's a lot of backups playing right now. But this has been some of the ugliest football I think I've watched in... I can't remember. This is some of the ugliest football I've ever seen from the NFL. The NFL product right now is awful. So that's number one. We have a quarterback problem, a product problem because, it's just ugly football. We also have a massive referee problem. More and more people are giving ammo to say that the NFL is rigged. More and more you have these game-changing calls, it seems like every week. It seems like every week nowadays, the NFL has their hands in the outcome of a game, which is bad. These refs need to be held accountable. These refs need to be fined for bad calls because that leads me on to my next point. The refs have been horrible. They're giving the fans a lot of room to say that the NFL is rigged because of how the refs have been performing the past couple years, honestly. That leads me into my next point. These fines are getting out of hand for players. I follow a page that every week it just basically lists off, all the players who've gotten fined that week, and it'll show the video evidence of, what got them the fine. And some of these guys are getting, their entire game checks ripped away for routine plays. I saw a fine earlier in the year, that Pittsburgh running back who, he was a late round draft pick or he might have went undrafted, I don't know. He doesn't get paid a lot. And he basically got his entire game check ripped away from him in a fine because he blocked. I rewatched the video I want to say 15, 20 times just looking to see what he did wrong. Who else got fined? It was a fine, a couple weeks ago where I forgot who it was. It was Breece Hall. Breece Hall was running the ball and he got tackled. That's the best way you can explain. Breece Hall was running the ball and he got tackled and he braced, himself while he was getting tackled and he got fined. So these fines that they're handing out is ridiculous. Roger Goodell, what are you doing handing these stuff out? Roger Goodell needs to be out of here. After his contract is up, he needs to be out of here. We need to look for another commissioner. The fines are out of hand. So where am I at? Quarterback issue, right? Ugly offenses, refereeing that, it's giving people ammo to say that the games are rigged. and then the fines are getting out of hand. We also have a really bad coaching problem right now, it seems like. A lot of these coaches are just, I can't even explain it. Like, some of the coaches are just making some of the worst calls. The fact that Ron Rivera still has a job going into week 15 is beyond me. We have a bad coaching problem. And then, to kind of finish it off, the product on the field is just not good. I watched the Raiders lose 3-0 against the Vikings, and then the very next week, 4 days later, the Raiders were up 42-0 at half against the Chargers. Like, that just can't happen. Those are two horrible games that's on national television. The Panthers today, if you've seen, the Panthers, they had like 5 guys show up to their game today. They had like 5 fans show up to their game. Looking at I saw a video at halftime. Looking at that video on halftime, it looked like there was less than 100 fans in the crowd. Guys, fans aren't tolerating the NFL's product right now. We're not tolerating the bullshit anymore. We're just not. And I love to see it. We need to do more of it. I'm personally probably going to boycott the NFL next year. I'm probably not going to buy the Sunday ticket next year because of just how awful the product is. So let me know what you think. I just had to make this quick video. I'm going to double up and make another video right away. I turned off the Cowboys game. The ref product in that game in the first half was just annoying. It was horrible. Yes, the Cowboys came out flat. Yes, I think 10 or 11 of our guys on the team, starters, have all been sick this week. Why didn't we find out this earlier in the week? Why did we find that out this morning? I saw that report this morning. Why did I not know this earlier in the week whenever I was placing my bets, right? So it's just awful, guys. But like this video, subscribe if you like the content, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm double uploading today. I got plenty of time because I turned off that horrible Cowboys game. So I'll see y'all on the next one.